We think of error as a mistake or problem caused by mishandling or miscalculation, or bias or some lack of control. An error is turning left when you should have turned right. An error is 2 plus 2 equals 3. We might identify and fix an error. Make 2 more left turns, or correct the sum of 2 plus 2. Sampling error isn't this kind of error. This is just a bad name. We can't avoid sampling error, or fix it, or even know how big it really is. In fact, sampling error is why we have to use statistics. A sample is a particular group of n elements selected from the population. Suppose this sample is collected the absolute best way we know how, completely random and with no possibility that the selection of one sample element is influenced by the selection of another. The sample mean is as good an estimate of the population mean that we can get. Now, pull out one element and replace it with another, using the same random and independent selection. The sample mean will be different. It's still the best estimate we have of the population mean, but it is different than the previous sample mean. Which one is really the best estimate of the population mean? Well, they both are. Instead of changing just one sample element, suppose we get an entirely new sample of the same size. We have another best estimate of the population mean. Now we do this again and again, perhaps thousands of times. Every sample mean is the best estimate of the population mean, and they are all different. The difference between all these sample means and the true population mean is sampling error. To really know the population mean, we would have to measure every element of the population. We can't afford it. We would run out of time and money long before we even got close. That's why we sample, and why we have sampling error. Sampling error is the price we pay to use statistics. We sample because we cannot measure the entire population. This brings up a very uncomfortable fact about statistics. All of our results are based on doing many samples, actually an infinite number, of size n. But we can do only one. That's why statistics is bets. Sampling error is part of the standard error of the mean and the central limit theorem. There are more numbers in those presentations, but no more math than here. Look at those topics if you want further information.